Hello all. And today I'm going to explain you about types of modeling style in Verilog. So there are 4 types of modeling styles in Verilog. So first one is switch level modeling style. So in switch level what happens? We design the circuit using NMOS, PMOS and switches. Okay, and it is not synthesizable. Not synthesizable means if you are designing any design using switch level in Verilog, then you won't be able to generate a hardware from it. Okay, so this is the lowest abstraction level. Okay, so as this part it is not synthesizable, so I'm not going to give more priority to it. So next level modeling style is your gate level modeling style. So in this modeling style, you are going to use the inbuilt primitives or gates. Okay, so today with the example of a 4:1 MOX, we will see how these 3 different modeling styles are done in Verilog. Okay, so inbuilt gates are used. Okay, so here if inbuilt gates are used, it is known as gate level modeling style. In the same manner, if you are using any user-defined, if any user-defined modules are used, then it is known as structural. So structural and gate level modeling style, they are like similarity. Okay, they have so much similarity in between them in terms of syntax. So third one is the data flow level that we have already seen in the full adder case. Okay. So data flow level modeling style. So here we design with the help of Boolean expression and inbuilt operators. And next one is your behavioral level. So here, when designing, we use always block. If always block is used in your design, then that design style is known as behavioral level. So this is the highest abstraction level. So when you are going to design any complex circuit, okay, any complex design, then we prefer behavioral level. It is easy to design using behavioral level. Okay. So whenever we are using any combinational circuit, we can use gate level or data flow level for combinational circuit. For sequential circuit, we use behavioral. So here you can design sequential circuit as well as combinational. Okay, but here we mainly use for combinational circuit. Okay, so here for gate level and data flow level, we use mainly it is used for combinational. Okay. And the structural I will explain later. Okay, what is the structural level that you can use in combinational in structure in a sequential variable. Okay, so with the help of 4:1 marks, okay, you will easily know how these 3 different modelings are done. Okay, so we will start with a 4:1 marks. So first module, then module name, marks 4x1. Okay, so here always remember these things, it is known as a identifier. A identifier should not start with a number. So you cannot write it here like module 4x1 marks. If you are writing like this, then it will give you error. Why it will give you error? Because it should not start with a number. This is the identifier rule. So I'll be writing marks 4 cross 1. Okay. Next, input and output. So a 4 cross 1 marks have 1 output, 4 input plus 2 select line, like total 6 input and 1 output. Okay. So here this is input, then select a line, then output. Okay. So now input it is 4 bit, select line it is 2 bit. So total I can say input equal to 6 bit. Okay. So here I have to declare the direction of the port. So input 3 down to 0. So this is how we declare a vector in Verilog. So 3 down to 0. You can write up like 0 to 3 also, but normally we use this type of conversion 3 down to 0. It depends on your design, what type of vector you are using. Okay. So whether it is Little Indian style or whether it is Big Indian style. So depending on your requirement, you can write either 0 to 3 or 3 down to 0. Here I can write, okay, input 4 down to 1 also. Both the things are same. It is also a 4-bit signal. It is also a 4-bit signal. What is the difference? Here MSB is 3, LSB is 0. Here MSB is 4, LSB is 1. Like here, my MSB will be equal to input of 4 and LSB will be equal to input of 1. Okay, but here MSB will be equal to input of 3, LSB will be equal to input of 0. Okay, so next select a line. So input 1 down to 0, select in. Okay, let's keep this name as select in. Okay, so next output is of 1 bit. So output. Okay, so now first I'll be doing get level. So all of you know the expression of the output for a 4 cross 1 marks, that I can write output equal to input of 0 and input of 1 . Input of 1, then and select in of 0. Okay. So it is like if select in equal to 1, then it should be, sorry, I have written the wrong one. Okay, sorry. Output equal to select line of 0, then and select line of 1, and input of 0. So this means input of 0 equal to 1 and this select 0 equal to 0 and select 1 is equal to 0, then my output will be equal to 1. Or so there will be like these 4 conditions. Or so I'm just writing, I have not started the get level modeling. I'm just writing in terms of Boolean expression and inbuilt operator. These things you can tell it as a data flow level modeling style also. Okay, or Okay, so zeros. Now next select line will be equal to 1 and it is equal to 0 and this will be 1. Next select of 0 should be equal to 0 and select of 1 should be 1. Then output will be equal to input of 2. Next both the select line equal to 1, then output equal to input of 4. It is like the truth table. Okay. So these things I can tell it as a data flow label also. Okay, so now these things I am going to write in terms of gate level modeling style. That means I just have to use the gates. Okay, so first I have to use a NOT gate, then AND gate, and then OR gate. So here I am declaring some where 1 down to 0, select in. So it is like select in bar. Okay, because I may need the bar of the select signals. Okay, so instead of select I have written select signal. Let me write it selecting. Okay, so first I have to calculate the select in bar. Okay, so here I have to use the inbuilt gate, NOT gate. Next, remember whenever you are using any inbuilt gate in Verilog, so first one is your output. Next, whatever you're writing, that will be taken as the input. So first I will be writing output select in bar of 0 and input equal to select in of 0. Okay, and whatever the signals you are giving here, that should be of 1 bit size. Okay, so this is 1 bit, this is 1 bit, so this will be my input and output will be input bar. So same thing I can write for the select line 1 also. So here 1. So inverter I have calculated. Next I have to use the AND signal. Okay. So now this is 1 signal, 2, 3, 4. So here I have to declare 4 different wires. So wire, this is like my AND gate output. So I can write AND output. So 3 down to 0 and output. Okay. So now next. So here I have to use, remember, a AND signal. Okay. So here I'm writing AND gate. Okay. So first should be the output. So output equal to AND output of 0. See, here you can give any name like X, Y, Z, anything, but always try to give a meaningful name. Okay. So AND output of 0 and next input are, so this is my select input bar. So here select input B of 0, next select input B of 1 and next one is my input. So input of 0. So it will calculate all these 3 signals and operation. It will do AND operation. All these 3 signals and output will be assigned to here. So input 0, here 1, 2, 3. Then AND output of 1, 2, 3. So according to this only I am doing the changes. Now this is my second one. So here select input simple and bar of select input 1. Next this is simple, sorry, this will be bar and here it will be simple select input of 1. And next both the signals should be, there should not be any bar. Okay. So this is the AND operation I have done. So next I have to done the OR operation. OR operation among all the signals. So last one is OR output. So this is my final output. Next AND output of 0 and output of 1 and output of 2 and output of 3. Okay, so here if we see any 4:1 marks, okay, this kind of things, these things only I have done. Okay, so first I calculated the select line 0 and select line 1 bar using 2 NOT gate. Then I calculated this 3 AND gate output by taking the required signals. This is my required expression. By taking this expression, I have calculated 4 AND gate output, and finally all the AND gate output I used to OR gate, and finally my OR gate output is the mux output. So if you look into this signal like this diagram, then this is your gate level modeling and this is your data flow level modeling. So remember, whenever we are doing gate level modeling style or data flow level modeling style, we know what are the components we are using. Here we have clear idea about the components we are using. So here debugging is easy. If any mistake I am doing, I know that I am using a AND gate or gate. So if I'm not getting the proper output, where may be the mistake? So here debugging is easy. But if you go to behavioral level, we will see behavioral level also. If you go to behavioral level modeling style, there we don't know what are the components used. We just have to declare the behavior of the circuit, okay, in Verilog code. Okay, now it's up to tool what kind of circuit it is synthesized into. So in behavioral level modeling, it may take time to debug as we don't have any idea what are the components used. But when we go to complex circuit, okay, I am asking you to design, like I have given you a state diagram and I am asking you to design it. So if you are trying to design it in gate level or data flow level, then what you have to do? You have to calculate, okay, you have to write the truth table and calculate how many flip-flops, how many logic gates are used. Then again, those flip-flops you have to implement using the logic gates. It will take a lot of time. But same FSM, you can write easily in behavioral level. Now it's up to tool what kind of circuit it is generating. So complex design, we prefer behavioral level modeling style. But there is any design you are doing, you know the data flow level and you know the behavioral level, and both the codes are approximately same, then go for data flow level, because there you know what are the components you are using. Okay, but for complex, go for behavioral level because there less number of codes or less effect you have to give while writing the code. So here we describe behavior of the circuit. Don't have any idea what are the components used. It's up to tool. What circuit is synthesized. So let someone is asking you which modeling style you will prefer, gate level, data flow level, or behavioral level. So between gate level and data flow level, obviously I will go to data flow level. Why? Because here less number of lines of code. You can see just one line of code, but here there are 6 to 7 lines of code. So in gate level modeling style, it takes much lines of code. So between gate level and data flow level, we will prefer data flow level modeling style for designing a combinational circuit. Next, coming to data flow level and behavioral level, then it depends on the design. If a design is a complex design or it is a sequential circuit, then we will go for behavioral level because there less lines of codes are used. But if same lines of codes used and you know data flow level properly, behavioral level properly, then go for data flow level. Why? Because there you know what are the components you are using, so debugging it will be easy. Okay. So now this part, I'm just commenting it. Okay, whatever I have declared it as a where, remember these things are the internal signals. Now you see here, okay, C1, C0, X0, X1, X2, X3, it is like select signal and input. They are visible to the outside. You are doing connection to the outside of wall, outside of the design. So they will be treated as port, whether input port or output port. But if you look into this wire, these things, this thing, this one, this one, this one, this one, they are internal to your design. You don't have to connect them to the outer side. So these things are treated as a signal. So here I have declared them as a where. So where data type means whenever you need any physical connection between two things, okay, between two port or two part or two logic gates or two design, physical connection means take those signals as a where. Okay, so here I have taken them as a where. This is like one data type. Okay. So now let's see whether there is any compilation error or not. Okay, so there is no compilation error. So next I'll be writing the behavioral modeling style of the 4:1 marks. Okay, so same thing I can copy paste because my module part will be same only. Okay. So now remember behavioral modeling means you have to use a always block. Okay. So there are certain things whenever you are designing any behavioral modeling or you are using always block, certain things you have to remember. Okay, so always at the rate. So always at the rate, then whatever you are writing here, these are known as sensitivity list. Sensitivity list means your output depends on what parameter. So if I think here, my output depends on input as well as select in. So here I have to write those signals, input as well as select in. So whenever you are designing a combinational circuit, always check this part. Whether you are mentioning all the sensitivity list parameters. If you are missing any one, then what will happen? Synthesize wise, it will not create any problem because synthesis tool does not care whatever you are writing here. It will just check your code and according to that, it will synthesize the circuit. But simulation tool, it will check whatever you are writing in the sensitivity list. So in the synthesis, you will get some result. In the simulation, you will get some result. Your synthesis and simulation result will not match. This part I will explain with the help of synthesis result. So here, just remember, whenever you are writing any combinational design using always block, mention all the parameters that output depends in the sensitivity list. If you are missing any sensitivity list, then your synthesis result and simulation result will not match. Synthesis result because your synthesis tool does not care about what you are writing in the sensitivity list, but your simulation tool care what you are writing in the sensitivity list. So both the result will not match. So not match means not a good thing. Whenever we are doing any design, our synthesis and simulation results should match. Okay, so begin. So now if my select in signal equal to, it is just like truth table. Whatever truth table I will be writing here. So if select line signal equal to 2 bit 0 0, then my output equal to input of 0. Else if so this behavioral modeling style, it is like syntax wise, it is so much similar to your C coding. Okay, so these things. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So it is input 0, input of 1, input of 2, input of 3. Okay. So now if select in equal to 0 0, then output equal to input of 0. If select in equal to 0 1, then output equal to input of 1. If select in equal to 1 0, then output equal to input of 2. If select in equal to 1 1, then output equal to input of 3. Else output equal to x. So what does this else mean? As you know, Verilog, it is a 4-valued data type. 4-value data type means it can have 0, 1, x and z. So for 0, 1 combination, I have described all the things. Like if it is a 2-bit signal, then 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. But I have not mentioned anything for x. Let select in equal to x or select in equal to z. Then at that time, what will be my output? So for that, I have written if selecting is any invalid signals like x or z, then my output should go to x. Here only I am writing else output equal to input of 3. Then here what will happen? Whenever selecting is equal to 1, 1, at that time output will be equal to input of 3. But whenever select line is equal to x or select line equal to z, at that time also your output will be input of 3. That is not acceptable. If your select signal is an invalid signal, then your output should be x only. Okay, it should not be a valid signal. Okay, so for that, write like this. Okay, so now here you have to remember two things. Okay, so this type of assignment, if you have remember in the like data flow level, we are using this assign keyword. Okay, so whenever we go to behavioral level, okay, so this assign keyword means it is continuous assignment. In behavioral level, we use this symbol. This is known as blocking assignment. This symbol, it is known as blocking assignment, and it is used whenever you are designing any combinational circuit. For designing any combinational circuit, we should use this blocking assignment. No continuous assignment should not be used. And as I am using a blocking assignment here, okay, so here my output should be a reach type. Here by default, all like this input, selecting output, all these port are by default where type. But according to my design rule, if I'm assigning any value inside the always block, then that should be a reach type. I have to declare it as a reach. So here I can write by default output is where type, but as it is assigned inside a always block, it should be reach type. If it is not reach type, tool will give you error. We'll see. Okay, I have not declared it as a reach. So what it is saying? Output is not a valid LHS of a procedural assignment. Procedural assignment means your blocking assignment. It is known as a procedural assignment. So it is not a valid. So not a valid, why? Because it is a where type. I have to make it reach type in order to make it a valid assignment. So now it is clear. So now if you see the behavioral modeling style, obviously it is easy. I just have to remember the truth table. Here what you have to remember? You have to remember their Boolean expression. But here just if you know the truth table means if I'm giving input this one, select line this one, then output will be this one. Like this, you are just describing the behavior of the circuit. But here what kind of circuit it will generate? Just looking into the code, you cannot say there will be AND gate, there will be OR gate, or there will be a MUX, there will be adder. You don't have any idea what kind of circuit it will generate. So it depends on tool, what kind of circuit it will generate. A tool may generate a 4:1 MUX, or tool may generate some AND or NOT combinations. It depends on the tool. So in behavioral modeling style, we are just describing the behavior of the circuit. We don't have any idea what kind of components is used. It depends on tool. Okay. So next we'll be writing the test bench for it. Okay. So in the next video, I'll be explaining the test bench for this 4:1 MUX. If you have any doubt, then you can write in the comment section.